What's going on, yo? What's going on? About to send this link out. Then we're gonna go ahead and get started. So we had a few setups we was looking at. Gold ended up flying literally right before London session started. Then GU did a small move last night as well. So we're going to be paying attention to, as of right now, GJ and NAS100. That's what we're looking at right now. Paying attention to GJ and NAS right now. Again, as far as today is concerned, we don't got any high impact news popping off besides Euro news at 1 o'clock. So it's just going to be like business as usual. We're just gonna be waiting for volume or confirmations to be met. If y'all watched the Sunday chart analysis last night, gold did the move I was looking for. It literally, as you can see, on 245 counts, it took off. So we missed that setup, is what it is. And then GU did a small move as well. Going to see how it reacts to this level here. I'd much rather see it fill this gap up, then come back down, look for sales, but just gonna let GU do his thing right now. Right now, we're going to be paying attention to GJ, which we see is flipping up as we speak right now. And we're going to be looking at possible NAS100 buys. You already know the drill. Make sure to like the live and subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, got some new videos lined up for y'all today on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see that scroll at the bottom of your screen as well. We're going to see this can hold right here. That's a nice rejection right there. Again, we have not been this high in a very long time, and it took a manipulation and a gap to even break through this consolidation like we was talking about during the London session, right? We haven't been this high literally since last year, 2024, almost 2 years ago. So we're going to be looking to see if we can maintain this level, because if we don't maintain this level, we might see this gap try to get filled up. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at these charts, drop them in the chat. Yeah, GJ got a nasty touch and go right here. So we can maintain a whole 201.60 as support. We're going to look for buys going up to 202.30. And then with NAS100, if we can maintain a whole 24.920 as support, we're going to be looking for buys come back up to the all-time highs right here. GB really tapped that level. Let's see what this next 5 minutes got in store for us. We can see buys on US30 as well. Looks like G is about to try to fill that gap up. So again, like we talked about in the Sunday chart analysis, first link in the description, join the free super free Telegram. Depending on how we react in this reversal territory will determine if we even take a setup on G or not today, let alone for the week. GJ did a nice touch and go. It's pushing off. So we're gonna see what this next 15 or 5 minute looks like. It's a little too far for an entry right here. So all we're doing is paying attention to the NAS100 right now. And also you see what US30 is gonna do for us. I was about to see what this next 15 looks like. The 15 just popped up. This is what GU is looking like. GJ flew off. Let's see if NAS can hold this level right here. That's a nice close above. Yeah, we might jump in this. I like how this is looking. US30 is pushing as well. GJ would have been a nice one to take. That thing just flew. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. Want to look at any charts, drop in the chat. So price is holding this level at support. Where I'm really waiting for right now is to see the volume is going to pick up a little bit. So you can see price try to push off this level. If I see that, then I'm going to take the setup and call a signal for the members. But if not, I'm just going to just keep watching until I see that happen. There were a couple other sets we talked about. Gold, when that's projected, but flew before, as you can see, literally right before London session. And GJ bounced and took off as well. So we're just paying attention to GU and NAS100 as of right now. Just the patience game right now, y'all. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When you look at any charts, drop in the chat. While we're waiting, we're editing some videos for y'all today. Yeah, make sure to follow my Instagram and TikTok. I see I scroll at the bottom of the screens. Instagram, playmaker_weight. TikTok, _playmaker_weight_. Also, make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free student for Telegram. Speaking of which, I got to update the quarter. All right, because the quarter update's now updated on the banner. But we had 2 weeks in a row, 100% win rate. We went 5-0 last week. We went 4-0 the week before that. But I got to post how we ended quarter 3. We went 56-7, gives an 89% win rate. So I got to fix the banner on my end so I can pull it up on here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we almost had a 90% win rate quarter 1, quarter 2, and quarter 3. We had a 90% win rate quarter 1 and quarter 2, 89% win rate quarter 3. So we almost kept the streak going, but still 89% win rate's not bad. I'll still take it. Let me just put this on the screen. 270,000. Damn, we caught a lot of pips. All right, there we go. I'll put that down. But yeah, we'll explore that a little bit more later. But yeah, right now we're just watching NAS100. It looks like it's kind of struggling to hold this level right here. Again, it is a Monday, like I always talk about. Mondays and Tuesdays are typically the slowest days out the week, especially because the markets are slowly opening up. But we need to break past this resistance, though. We've been chilling here literally since I dropped the Sunday chart analysis. We had a gap and a nice push to the upside, and then we've been just chilling here since then. GU, we could look for sales here and wait and see how this closes. If we can hold 34.45 as resistance, we could look for sales going down to 34.25. The same sell setups we went for Monday and Tuesday last week. Yeah, we're just gonna be chilling for a little bit, y'all. And this is what I was waiting for on the volume, like I was talking about, right? Because if we would have took that setup, we could have took a potential loss for no reason. Again, we had a great week last week. There's no reason to be in a rush to just take trades just to take trades. No reason to FOMO because we missed a couple setups. We're just gonna wait for our next opportunity, right? There's always gonna be another opportunity. We're literally just not even 30 minutes into London session. Still plenty of candlesticks. Yeah, so G is gonna be out the question. We're just gonna keep it on NAS for right now. All right, so NAS is a no-go until it breaks back above or retraces down here. So again, if we can't hold this level of support, we're going to see our price reacts to 24,840. We also can see a possible bias to the US30 can maintain 46,840 as support as well. Just a little bit of a patience game, y'all. Just a patience game. Again, there is no news today. Only news event we got today is they just changed it. At 1 and 1:30, we have Euro news at 1 o'clock, 1:30 GBP news. Yeah, the news times and news events keep on changing. What's going on, Thar? I'm not in gold, but we can take a look at gold. So if y'all didn't already, I know I dropped it a little bit later than usual, but make sure to hit that first link in the description. Check out the Sunday chart analysis. This was the setup I was talking about. I was looking for this going into London session, but as you can see, it did the retest at 2 a.m., then took off literally right before London session at 2:45. So I'm looking for a retracement because it's literally making all-time highs right now. Again, right, as a move a higher highs, we'll be looking for a retracement. So at this point, if it can retrace and maintain 39.26 as support, we can look for buys to go back up to all-time highs. But right now, I wouldn't recommend going for a buy setup. And then GJ took off as well. Literally did a touch and go as soon as London session started. So we're looking for either price to break above and hold 202.30 as support. We look for buys going to 202.90. Or we're going to look for a retracement at 201.65 and then look for buys going back up. But we have a lot of gas that took place when market opened on all these charts. And we got a lot of charts kind of in reversal territory. And then on the futures and indices side, we're at all-time highs, right? But you see a gap here. That's 100, if I'm not mistaken, gapped as well. US30 gapped a little bit. US30's gap kind of got filled. So a lot of stuff took place when markets open. Gold, I don't think gapped, but gold just took off. But yeah, that's what's going on with gold right now. Then we're looking at NAS buys, but as you can see, NAS failed to hold, so we didn't pull the trigger on NAS. So we're going to let NAS do its thing, either reattempt to push back above or see how price reacts down here. I dropped some new videos for y'all last week, y'all. If y'all did not catch up to those over the weekend, make sure to check out the playlist after the live is over. All playlists are up to date. Got some new videos lined up for y'all this week as well. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. GJ flying. So we're gonna see how GJ reacts to this level right here. Like I talked about before, right? Me, me like 3 or 4 years ago, I would have been trying to come up with a whole new way to enter this trade and all this other shit. But again, I'm at the point now. We had a great week last week. We had a great month. We had a great quarter. There's no reason to foam or take a stupid setup or to make a stupid decision to hurt my profits. The week just started. There's going to be plenty of other opportunities, but most importantly, this was a setup I was looking for. I just missed it, so at least I know my analysis was correct. So now the next setup that comes that meets my confirmations, I'm gonna have even more confidence to take that setup because I literally see this setup playing out exactly off right before London session. Now, back in the day, I used to go live at like 2:30, 2 a.m., like right at like 30 minutes to an hour before London session. I might start doing that again. We'll see. Because the way things have been going, I might have to do that again. We'll see though. Especially with gold, I've been noticing a lot the past few weeks, especially on Sundays, gold taking off. And then Sunday nights before London session. We got a new 5 minute about to pop up. So again, GU rejected this level. So it's more than likely going to fill up that gap. And then depending on how price reacts to that gap, talked about all the details and analysis, Sunday chart analysis. So I'm not going to talk too much about that. But basically, long story short, we're not going to look for sells unless we're below and holding 34.45 as resistance. So anything between these levels here is reversal territory. So I'm not really concerned what price is doing in that level. And then NAS rejected. So we're going to look for a possible buy setup here on US30. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When you're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. Make sure I like the live and subscribe, y'all, as well if you're not already. Shout out to those that like the live. There we go. I was like, what happened to the music? Oh, look at this. Look at this volume kicking in out of nowhere. Look at this volume. What the heck? This volume just spiked out of nowhere. That's interesting. Look at this. We ought to see how this 15 closes, though. Look at that. We are bearish on G. Only concern is I really want to make sure we can hold this level, because if not, it's just gonna fill that gap up. I can already see that coming. A volume did just come in out of nowhere. So we got GJ coming right back at our entry point. Man, that's one timber. US30 broke that level, so I'm not really concerned what US30 does down here. We can still look for buys, though, to be honest. I'm not against the retracement either. Yeah, look at that push. Man. The market's moving kind of wonky. Look at this retouch right here. All right, look at that. That thing rejected that thing twice, and now it's just tanking to the downside. US30 looks like it's about to flip the script. I'm gonna wait for this 15 close. Yeah, look at this, man. It's pushing. Still gonna stick to our rules, though. Not gonna get antsy or anything. We're gonna see if we can hold this level again. Look how price reacts to this level right here. As long as it doesn't take out too far, we might take this setup. Yeah, a little too far from where I enter off of. Yeah, the market's moving funny right now. It's a lot of volume. Just came in out of nowhere. So let's see how it can close right here. Like, look at that. All right, a new 15 just popped up. So we're going to see if it's going to retest this level here, because this is too far for entry. Same with GJ, is a little too far for entry. See how US30 reacts to this level here. Yeah, so we don't retest this level. We're just gonna look for sales here. Nonetheless, it is the same sell setup we took last week. But as you can see, we failed to break back below here. That was just a crazy spike too. Like, look at that, just fucking just took down. Not even under 5 minute did a retest, and then GJ did the same thing. See if US30 will hold right here. I want to make sure we hold this and not retrace. Buys is still the game plan. I'm just making sure we can hold here because I'd rather enter when I see price showing it's trying to push up versus get caught in the retracement then re-enter again. Kind of like what we did with NAS100, right? Yeah, I was saying was going to go in for some volume, and then the volume came in just not the way we wanted. So again, that's why we didn't take the setup. Gold's pumping though. Those who joined the stream, we have not entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free Instagram, free Telegram. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When you look at your chart, drop them in the chat. Yeah, gold fucking took off. All right, yeah. So we're gonna be looking for sales down here. So we're looking to see if we can hold 3420 as resistance. If so, we can look for sales going down to 3400. Gold, we're going to leave it alone unless it retraces because again, it just made all-time highs. The setup we was looking for, it played out an hour before London session. So it is what it is. You ain't going to catch every setup. Sometimes you're going to miss setups. Kind of the same thing you just did right there. Let's see if we can hold right here. Looks like NAS is trying to push back up. I like how US30 is holding this level. See how this plays out right here. That's a nice rejection right there. Nas is pushing back up too. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. We're looking at your charts, drop in the chat. I like NAS a little bit better than US30 today, though. I ain't gonna lie. I like them both. I like NAS a little bit better market structure wise. I ain't gonna lie. I see them both as buy setups. I just like in NAS a little bit. New 5 minute just popped up. But I see how this 15-minute closes, y'all. All right, new 15 just popped up. Yeah, I'm liking this right here. I might take this setup. GJ's back at entry point as well. I'm really just waiting to see if we can hold these levels right now. I'm liking how that GJ retest is looking. Yeah, I like US30. Yeah, so again, if US30 can maintain 46,580 as support, 46,850 as support, we're going to be looking for buys going to 46,970. All right. Looks like NAS is about to try to push back up also. So if NAS can hold 24,920 as support, we're going to be looking for buys going to 25,000. Excuse me, 25,000. Yeah, so we're going to let US30 do its thing. Members have sent the signal. Y'all know what the TPs are. We just hit TP1. Let's see how NAS reacts to this level here. Let's see if we can break above and hold this level right here as support. Gold still pumping. This would have been a nasty setup to have caught, but it's all good. Let's see how US30 plays right here. GU's dropping also. So GU and US30 are slowly going as projected. It did end up doing a retest here. It didn't retest this level, but this was still a nice drop in retracement. So I'm going to see if we can break below and hold 3420 as resistance. We haven't really been able to do that at all since 2 weeks ago when we caught this lower low live 2 Thursdays ago on the FOMC day. But last week, Monday and Tuesday, we failed to break that support level. Then Thursday, we broke through it. But as you can see right here, we had it as resistance, but failed to break this level and hold it as resistance. So it's got a little bit of work to do for that downtrend to continue. So you also see GJ still maintaining the vote as support. It's just did a pretty big move for the day, though. Let's see if they can hold that level. There's still a few setups for today, though. Again, there's no high impact moves, so we're simply just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. Well, besides 1 p.m. Euro and GBP was at 130 right before market closes. But as far as like USD news, there's no USD news up until Wednesday. We got FOMC on Wednesday. Make sure to check out the Sunday chart analysis in the description for showing free signal for Telegram. But yeah, we're about to let NAS, US30 do their thing, see what Q's got in store for us. I'm not going to really probably trade gold unless it does a big retracement today. So the main things we're going to be paying attention to is GJ, GU, NAS, and US30. So we got a little bit of action. We hit TP1 and they're rejected. Let's see if we can hold it. We hit TP2 and then rejected. We're gonna need some volume to break through this level. If we don't hold this level as support, we're gonna see a retracement on one of these two levels right here. But if we hold this level, we can at least see price go up to 46,960. NAS is breaking back above as well. So we're looking to see if we can close and hold this level as support. We broke it the past couple times, but again, we didn't hold that support really. I mean, technically we did, but it wasn't really like convincing, which is why we didn't take that setup initially. Then gold's flying, GU's waking up. UJ might try to redo the same move for a third time. So NAS is waking up. Like I say, NAS is a lot cleaner market structure for a buy setup right here. But I like both. And then we see GJ pushing. So again, patience pays. What would have happened if we would have FOMO to enter the buy here, right? Versus waiting for price to come back. Now we see price pushing back up. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with GU. Right? What would happen if we would have FOMO? Price retraced. Now we see price pushing down. So now we're going to be looking to see if US30 can break through this level to the left. And then NAS100 can hold this level as support right here. So even if you're on the Forex or future side, y'all should be up right now. Took a little bit of patience. We had to wait about an hour. But now the markets are waking up, and now there's some setups. So we're gonna let these things play out. We got GJ dropping, we got GJ pumping, GU dropping, and we got NAS and US30 trying to do something for us. Pushing back up on US30. GJ pushing as well. Yeah, so this wasn't a bad live. This wasn't a bad live. Again, this is just the reality of trading, right? Last Monday, we took a trade. What time did we take that trade on Monday? We took this trade. What time we took this trade? Let me pull it up. Let me see. Last Monday, we took our setup. Let's go take a trip down memory lane really quick. September 29th. Yeah, so this is an old setup. Nobody take the setup, right? But last Monday, we found a setup 20 minutes into London session, right? This Monday, we had to wait an hour, right? But hey, the results are still the same. Only thing different is we had to wait a little bit, right? We had some setups play out right before London, but the setups that play during London, we got to wait till 4 a.m., right? But there's still some setups playing out right now. So again, y'all, we're going to be looking to see if NAS100 can maintain the whole 24,920 as support. If so, we can look for buys going to 25,000. US30, if we can maintain, let's bring this back to the present. Boom. Whoops. If we can maintain 46,840 as support, we're going to be looking for buys going to 46,970. With GU, you see price pushing, right? We can maintain 34.50. We're going to be looking for sales going down to 34.20. And if we hold that as resistance, we can look for sales going back down to 3,400. And then with GJ, if we can maintain 201.60 as support, we can look for buys going to 202.30. All right, y'all, that's the game plan for today. Obviously, that might change between now and New York session. This is what I'm looking at right now. Gold, I'm not looking at any further setups because it did the setup I was looking for. So unless we see a big retracement, I'm probably going to trade gold for until tomorrow or later on this week. All right, shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been live since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description, join a free signal, free Telegram. Also, make sure to take advantage of the end of summer sale, 40% off Playmaker University, 25% off Advanced Play Student Room and one-on-one sessions. All those details you can see at my YouTube videos at the end. You want to contact me directly, you can DM me on Instagram, Telegram, or TikTok, respond to all messages. We'll be back live. I gotta check my schedule. We should be going live today on TikTok. Y'all know if I send the link, but if we do go live, it's going to be around the same time like usual, around 2 o'clock EST. I just got to check my schedule after this, but we should be going live. Not today, tomorrow for sure on TikTok. All right, shout out to those that be on TikTok lives. And those that don't be in the TikTok lives, it is not the same like the lives on here. We be dropping a lot of free game and be a lot more active on TikTok. All right, so you don't want to miss out on those live streams. But yeah, so we're going to see what this next team looks like. Man, look at that nasty drop to the downs. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. My bad, y'all. I just got sidetracked. I was just looking at that drop. I was like, man, that's just nasty. Look at that thing. It's still going. That's good though, right? I'd rather break below and hold this low than try to fill that gap. I would have felt a little bit better if it filled that gap up then drop down, which is what I was anticipating. But the volume just came out of nowhere and just pushed price back down. I was like, man, if it would have just filled that gap up then drop back down, that would have been perfect. But if it holds up as resistance, I'm gonna look for sales down here as well.